episode 7, I believe it is. I probably should have checked that before I got started. But yes, Depraved episode 7. There goes my phone going off, telling me that I've went live. And I've got my chat box ready, so I can see chat's going on. So, the last episode, everything was going wrong that could have went wrong. And if you've noticed by the beginning screen, this town looks a little bit slightly different than the last one. I had to go back to the episode 4, at the end of episode 4, I think it was, and basically redo everything that I did in the last episode. But I tried to do it back to the way it was. I have the small villages up here, got the stable. I got another small village up here that I created. Just a couple houses. Oh, and I added some stonemasons, which I'm glad that one's finally built. So we can mine this stone up here. And this one I think is already set up. Yeah, that one's already set up. And then we got some buildings built up here because the last episode we had issues where, if you guys remember me freaking out, this house right here, this one of all of them, needed one more board to get built. And people kept getting mad because they were homeless. And I'm like, you've got the lumber, just put the last piece of lumber there and finish the house and you won't be homeless. But instead they got homeless and started burning down the village because they were mad. So I made sure to prioritize the houses first when I had to redo this. So we've got enough houses in this town that, you know, we don't have people raging is so much. I've also hired a lot of gunslingers. Whenever a gunslinger comes to town, I've just been hiring them. I went for a while without hiring any of them, and I'm going to go try to get back into that. I'm making a lot of cash every hour. Let me double check something. Yeah. So another issue we ran into is I went from easy difficulty straight to hard, which is a bad idea because I didn't have enough capital. I didn't have anything ready for it. It's such a jump. That's what ended up messing us up in the last episode. So I went back to easy. I'll probably put it to medium at some point. But since I'm wanting to hurry up and speed along expansion, we're getting closer to the end of the series for Depraved. Not necessarily because I want to, but just because we're starting to run out of things to do. Well, down with the village. Yes, down with the village, yes. At the very end of the series, I might just go through and just let the bandits and everything take over and just watch everything burn. I did that last night when I was playing some casual play. I just got bored and I'm like, okay, I just want to watch everything burn. So I just watched all the villagers get taken over by gunslingers and watch everything burn down to the ground. And there's something dead. Oh, it's a wolf. So this is the village of Yoitz, the village that Holo originates from. Restructured some of it. I mean, it's basically the same thing as it was before. I don't remember if in the last episode. I think it was. This is the only warehouse they had in this village, and they burned it down. So then they couldn't use any resources to build the rest of the buildings. So they were infinitely stuck. I mean, they could, in theory, still use some resources, but it was so much slower because they had to use only the resources that were available at Town Hall, and I think these are all filled. So I couldn't buy the materials that I needed to rebuild another warehouse. It was just bad. But yeah, I've been hiring gunslingers. I just have them roaming randomly on their own. Just because we have these smaller villages out like this, they're going to be roaming around through the wilderness, and I like to have gunslingers out here to get rid of the wolves and stuff like that. Like there's a wolf there. If he walks this way, and we have buildings in this area, somebody can be attacked by the wolf. So the point for the gunslingers is they can hopefully naturally weed out some of that stuff in time. I've got a whole bunch of foresters made. The reasoning behind that is I want to get some trees in here, like how this has got trees here. These are the ones that the forester planted. I want to try to get this whole region to at least be lightly forested, because in the novels, Rip Holo's fam, yeah. But in the novels, Holo's from the town of Yoitz, and it's supposed to be like a forested region, and it's supposed to be inhabited by wolves. Yoitz, I think, is actually the town next to where she lives at. She doesn't actually live in Yoitz. She lives, you know, like outside of it. But it's a very wooded area based on the glimpses from the anime that I've seen. So I'm trying to go with that. And then this little village doesn't have a name. The other one doesn't have a name. But I've got the church set up so that because this village is within the city limits of this town hall, the village of Yoitz technically has a church. Even though Yoitz is not a religious town in the novel, it technically has a church because I have it in this little tiny town over here. So, there's an actual town that this could be. I'm trying to think of what the name of it was, but in the book it was mentioned. It wasn't mentioned in the anime, but there's a village where the church was not really much of a church anymore. The town had its own deity that they followed. So it can be kind of like that. So that way, because Holo and her kind are very much frowned upon by the church. In fact, if they'd be burned at the stake, kind of thing. Because Holo is part of a race that they can turn. They're a giant wolf. They can turn into like a human form. The church in the novel and in the anime series is based on like the Catholic Church. So they'd be kind of killed for that. They'd be considered demonic or witchcraft or whatever. So that church up there can be the church for the snake god. I think it was from a town called Nairohira? Something like that. I think that's what it was. I can't remember. I have a list of towns next to me so that if I build towns in this map, I can figure out, I can name them. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was that one. Or it was Terrio? Something like that. Maybe it's because Holo is huge. Yeah. But yeah, this village is... What was it? Lenos? Yes, this is Lenos. Which I found out Lenos is actually known for its fur trade. I was actually going to have Yoitz be the one that does all the fur. But instead, after I found out Lenos was known for trading, I went ahead and set up all these hunters. So they'll hunt for food. There's some bandits. We'll check on those in a minute or so. But I set up a whole bunch of these hunters cabins so that we can farm fur from Lenos and add it to our goods trade. These furs are going to be sent from here southward to Pazlo, which is the farming village, which I need to turn these farms off. I have more farms than what we need, like massively more farms than what we need. And I'll show you what I mean here in a bit, because I think it's backed up already. Although it's wintertime, so it'll calm down. So this warehouse has got 5 stacks of grain in it. And then this village down here has got a huge overflow of grain. We've got 1 there. We got 5 more there. 2 more there. I guess it's not as bad as I thought it was. But the problem is this village is getting over flooded with supplies. So we're going to have to get more warehouses just to handle that demand. But I got all these trading routes. There's a lot of carts running. I don't like having all these carts. I might see if I can just get 1 cart for each route or something. But you basically have to have 2 carts on every route in order for all the resources to get passed along the way they need to. But I turn off the farms. So anyway, the furs go from Lenos to Pazlo, and then they pass through Pazlo and they come down here to Ruvenheim. And we have 2 weaving mills set up to deal with all the cotton that we're getting, which is in... Oh, what do you know? I think I've gotten the cotton all taken care of. Because the issue was this warehouse had like half of it just cotton at one point. And they got a tailor, so they can use leather or cloth to make clothing. So I think we're getting caught up, which is good. And I got some fishing huts set up over here to try to catch some fish. I want to see if I can get merchants unlocked this episode. But to do that, we're gonna have to get jewelry. That's all that we're missing. So here's the bandits. We need to get those taken care of. And there's a church that's not been built yet. Alright, why is it not being built? What's wrong with this town? We need wooden planks in this town. We're running low on supplies, or for metal parts. Everybody come pick up this stuff so I can buy some more stuff. Do we have logs? Yeah, we've got logs. Is this not set up right? Oh, it is. Okay. Wait, there's water in there. There shouldn't be water there. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we got tons of logs. So the issue we're having is these sawmills are not making enough. They're not using up all the logs quick enough. Oh, I remembered. I removed the lumberjack that was sitting here. Share the supply. Insert nearby villagers rebellion. Yeah. But anyway, I got rid of the lumberjack that was here, so now the carts are passing along this mountainside instead of going all the way around, because otherwise they'd be going basically right through this area and going way out of the way, take a lot longer to transport goods. So we need to get these bandits taken care of. So why don't I go ahead and get the gunslingers and the sheriffs ready for that. What barkeep? Oh yeah, I added a bar. I don't know if I did that in the last episode or not. So get all the police, all the sheriffs, and get them over here. I'm gonna have them come over here and then stay right there. And get some gunslingers. I think this town might have some gunslingers. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's one right there. Is that the only one? That's the only one. Okay. Normally what I do is I send all the villagers in unarmed to go take care of the bandits. And then there's always a whole bunch of them that die. So instead I'm going to try to do it with armed officers and see how that goes. See if it goes a little better. Is there a sheriff station here? It's not done. Okay, so there's no cops here, and I don't think there's any gunslingers in this town. I don't think there's any yet. All these mines need to get finished, man. I'm out of wooden planks. I'm just gonna go ahead and break down and buy them. I got tons of cash. I bought that just as the cart was coming through. That should be good. I don't want to get too many. Alright, well, alright, let's go take care of these bandits. Get a good view of what's going on. And the autosave kicks in. There we go. And this is exactly why I don't use the police officers, or the sheriffs, or the gunslingers. They all died. All of them. Let's see, there's 3 sheriffs and 1 gunslinger, so there's 4 people with guns against 5 people with guns. You'd think at least one of the people with guns on their side would have died. No, all 4 of mine died instead. This guy might bleed out if we're lucky. So, since that didn't go well, rep, get good villagers. Yeah. Are you trying to limit the population? Well, kind of. There's a reason, and you're gonna see why. Okay, so how many homeless do we have? 17 homeless. You know how you fix 17 homeless people? Oh, come on. I'm trying to select all the villagers. There we go. So the way that you fix that you have 17 homeless is you select all the villagers in your town, and you tell them to go kill the bandits barehanded, no weapons. It's really cruel. It's really mean. But hey, it works. We lose a lot of villagers, but the bandits die and the villagers come back. Because now we're going to have less homeless people. See how it works? You can't have any homeless people if they all die. Let's see, how many bandits do we have left? There's a bandit right there. Go kill him. This works so well. It works so well. It's sad. Because I tried doing it. You saw me do it. I tried doing it the right way with the guns and with the, people that are supposed to do that. Right? This works. A mob mentality, a swarm, works so much better than people with guns. Let's see. Where's a bandit? There's another bandit right there. Are all the bandits dead except for that last one then? But this won't be so bad in the end because the Lenos is finally set up to start making guns, which means since Lenos is starting to make guns, I can have the villagers defend themselves with guns so that when they go do this kind of stuff, they won't all just instantly die. Is there still another bandit? The bandit is stuck inside the horse. I can't click on him. Oh, there he is. He was hiding. I must be just blind. We have a lot of dead villagers, don't we? I'm just waiting for the red circle to go away that shows that the camp's been neutralized. And then they can all go back to their merry way. But yet the mob mentality works so much better. There we go. It's not over yet? Are you kidding me? Who's still alive? Oh, now it's over. Okay. So the red circle went away around the camp. I'm just staring at their screaming face. Yeah. So, what do we get out of this? We get a whole bunch of horses that we can then go sell. So I'm telling all these villagers to go pick up these horses. This lady's crippled, so let's get her a horse. That way she can get... Oh, no. You get on that horse, and then you can get to the doctor quicker. So you can get your stuff fixed. So you don't bleed out. What's her health at? She might bleed out before she gets to the doctor. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Oh my gosh, how many horses were there? Okay, I'm just gonna send all these villagers over here and just wait. And so I'm gonna have to figure out. Look at all the dead bodies. I am an evil mayor. An evil overlord for sure. That is a lot of dead bodies. But hey, I got the injured woman a horse so she can get to the doctor before she dies. Hopefully. Alright, you go get that horse. You go get that horse. There's a gun. Go pick that up. There's another gun. There's gotta be... Oh, there's another gun. Pick that up. I kind of wish they'd just go ahead and head back once I give them a job, but it's because I told them to sleep. Now they're just standing there. Alright, good enough. Alright, unsleep. Go get the supplies I told you to go get. There's probably another gun. Yep, there's another gun right. Oh, that's already getting picked up. Okay. Is there anything else that is... There's a Winchester. Okay. You pick up the Winchester. This is how to be evil. But hey, it works. I tried doing it the right way, and it didn't work. It was just a waste of time. But I tried it. Somebody's picking that up. Why don't they go pick it up? Curly Bales is this guy's name. Any other interesting name? Randall Charnel, Bernadine Rosecrans, Harley McDowell. Rip beauty sleep, but yes, steal from bandits. That's the way to go. Yes. So I just got free guns to then use to defend myself next time. What I have been doing is selling them for cash because I've been needing money really badly. But now I'm swimming in money, right? I got tons of it. I got 82 grand. So I got so much cash now I don't need to sell guns anymore. So I'm just going to start keeping them. And since I'm keeping them, less villagers will die when I do that. Less villagers will die because they'll start to be armed more. How are the lumberjacks doing? Oh, well, that's the problem. We have two of them in the same spot. this one needs to be moved up this way. There's the foresters and the lumberjacks. Okay. Fast forward in time. Let's see how Lenos is doing. There's a gunslinger. Oh. There's a gunslinger. They're supposed to be mounted on horseback. Can I make them, all of them go get horses? Oh, great. That's awesome. The sheriffs are supposed to be on horseback as well. That way they can actually keep up with somebody if they try to outrun the law. But apparently they unmount their horses anyway, especially between save games. Don't know why, they just do it. Okay, I think Yoitz is going to be the one to keep my eye on the most right now. That's what he said, the sheriff's done. Yeah, those sheriffs, that reminds me. We got new sheriffs now for Rubenheim. So I wonder how those are gonna do in the next battle, or if they're just gonna die too. So we got the warehouses filling up. Do we have any ore? We just had an ore dropped off, it looked like. Yeah. Okay, we got some coal and iron built up from the mines, from all these towns. Let's see. Iron smelter's the first step. We don't have any iron, do we? We don't. Oh, because it's probably taking the iron straight to the toolsmith. No? Yeah, it is. Okay. So the toolsmith is supposed to be making metal parts. We got a copper and goldsmith set up as well. But we don't have any copper. So I'm going to have to add a new village in this episode so we can start mining copper for the first time. And there's only one copper supply on the whole map. Yeah, one. There's 2 gold supplies, but there's 1 copper, because that makes sense. But anyway, we got the gold mine, but it hasn't been finished yet. We need to get this done. Yeah, Yoitsu is going to be the bottleneck for sure. Let's get this warehouse done before this one gets full. Yoitsu is going to be the bottleneck. We're running out of lumber. Oh my gosh, it was $140 for lumber, and logs are so much cheaper. The thing is, if I buy the logs, I have to have the sawmill make all those logs into lumber. So it's going to take a while to get lumber. So Yoitz is going to be a long-term investment, I think. Although these are all done by now. That's nice. The church isn't yet. I moved the Undertaker so it's facing the other way now. Only 1 copper. Best rare mat. Yeah. I mean, I guess you only need it for guns. But still, like, I feel like copper should be more common than gold. Where's the gunsmith? Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure I had him building the right guns. What I'm going to do to get started is I'm actually just going to go ahead and order copper and get copper started here. That way we can get some guns made. And then one of these trade routes will actually take the guns and distribute them to the other towns. And I can tell the villagers to start arming themselves when we get there. How's this one doing? We got a warehouse and a hunter that still needs to be built. They got the outhouse done. I'm glad they prioritized that. The gold mine. Okay, I'm going to increase priority on that because the gold mine's important. Oh, we got a forester going. Good. So we got some trees planted there. Let's get some trees planted down here. I just don't want the trees to get too thick because then you won't be able to see the people walking around and anything like that. Make it hard to see what I'm doing. Yeah, actually, I think yours is almost done. I think it'll be fine if we just leave it alone. Okay, so we need to start a new village. And I believe I'm ready for it. Oh, this one still needs lumber. Oh, the sheriff's done, finally. It's a bit late. And, oh, the sheriff and that guy's going to the doctor. How'd they get injured? A wild animal attack or something? I don't see anything in particular over this way. Pazlo could use more homes, for sure. And same with Rubenheim. We can expand out westward and add some more homes. I'm going to wait till this stone's gone, and then I'll expand. So let's get a settler wagon and start a new town. Now, where to place this is going to be kind of a challenge. I've run into a lot of issues where it'll be on the border where I can't quite reach a certain resource that I need to get. I'm gonna move this down. I'm gonna tuck it right there. Now hopefully that's gonna be able to reach everything when I expand the city limits. There's another town that I probably should put up this way to catch all the iron deposits up here. Because we got iron there, and we got coal and iron there. So I probably should build towns there. I'm not sure if I want to do that right now or not. But since we've got some capital, that 83 grand's gonna be gone quickly. I think I might build a second town as well for a fishing village, and put that up north up here along the river. Make a fishing village up this way. It's better if I wait until summertime. That way I can know where all the fertile land is, because the snow kind of hides it. Because if I can figure out what this fertile land is, that'll help a lot. Oh great, we got a bear attacking. Villagers, all the villagers need to go after the bears. They're gonna, oh my gosh, this is gonna be bad. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Where's the hunter? Oh my gosh, I should have done this first. Okay, hunter, you need to go find all the wild animals that are gonna be a problem. We just lost, what, 2 people, I think? Maybe 3? Yeah, 2 people. They're both injured, so they're not dead yet, but they're going to die. Because you're gonna end up bleeding out, because you don't have a doctor. Is there any more bears? Or wolves? I don't see any in particular. No, I think we're fine. Okay. We just had 2 bears in the way. Or no, we had 3 bears. There's one there, and one there. That was a bad place to put a town. 4 bears. There's no one right there. Okay. Hey, the gunslinger's here. Good. Hire you. And that way you can clear out all the hostile mobs. When you can kill bandits but not bears. Yeah. Yeah, it also helps if you have more than just like 10 people in your village. There's a bear right there. Go kill it. Alright. Town hall's done, so let's expand. I don't know if I should expand it again. I think I better just stop right there. Can I get... Okay, I think I can get the gold and the copper. So let's get some houses built so that if people die, they'll move back. Because as long as there's an empty house, people will move to my town. It doesn't matter if the other inhabitants died because some evil mayor made them go, like, get themselves killed. They don't care. As long as there's an empty house, they'll move in. Oh, come on. I'm trying to line this stuff up. There we go. This game has actually inspired me in another game that I play. I play a game called Perfect World International. And this game has actually inspired me so that when I got a homestead in Perfect World, finally, I'm trying to make my homestead into a village. And I'm trying to see if I make it into a Western-themed village, if possible, as well. Because I just like the theme of this. But there's not really very many Western buildings available in that game. But the homesteads over there are basically like your own little map that you can build on. I built a photo booth over there so that, like, when friends come over or whatever, we can all get our tunes together and take pictures. It's really cool. Yeah, I know, Fruit Loco. You're from Perfect World with me. I know. Yeah. One of my best friends that I have in that game is in the stream tonight. She's... let's see. Oh! Something that I never built. I built one on off camera over there, but I've never built one on camera. For this map, at least. Let's get a train station. Finally. There we go. Now, there is but hard to find. There is but hard to find. What is there but hard to find? Oh, the Western style buildings. Yes. Yeah, there are some. I bought a tavern today that cost me 2.3 mil, which I really didn't have to spend, but it was from a friend of mine that had it. I'm like, okay, well, it's hard to find this building, and I'm just gonna go ahead and spend it. So what if I can't buy potions for my next dungeon run? Psh, whatever. I got enough potions stacked up. I'll be fine. But like, you know. But I'll ask around to see who has what building for you. Oh yeah, that'd be great. If you can find, that'd be great. If you can find some other buildings for me that match like a Western style, that'd be great. I have the red and blue roofed houses there because that's the closest I could really find. But anyway, let's see how we're doing here. We're getting our houses built. We're going to be running out of supplies soon. So let's go ahead and get some supplies ordered. You know what? I probably should have made the sawmill first. Alright, so let's see. Let's get a sawmill placed right in here. Oh. You know you're immersed into a game when you have to lean forward. Duke, wow, 2.5 mil. Yeah. Although the taverns are really hard to find, I feel like that's probably pretty cheap for them being hard to find. But I don't know. I could have just like blown my money on something that was overpriced. I don't know. Alright, sawmill. Level 3, priority. I want you to mount that horse and ride around on it. That way you're faster speed. We have an injured person still. He's not yet bled all the way out. Oh, great. This guy is sick. Great. He's got the flu. You know what? The flu's better than diphtheria. Because apparently, shortly after the episode, in the last episode, I kind of let it run for a little bit to see if I could actually get it to survive. Almost the entire village of Yoitz died of diphtheria. Pretty realistic for a Western, isn't it? Almost reminds me of the Black Plague in Europe, taking out like 2/3 of all the population. Yeah, we had basically our own version of that here. All right, I'm going to need the sawmill to be completed quickly. Oh, we're out of stone, and we're out of metal parts. Oh darn. Can I like sell? Oh darn. Oh darn. Oh no, I think I just messed this up. They've got the metal parts to finish the sawmill, so if I can get the stone. Oh, this is so bad. Okay. Yay! Oh, still a clap. So here's the dilemma I just ran into. Because I bought 2 stacks of logs, I can't buy metal parts that I need, like the screws to put the buildings together. I can finish the sawmill because it's already got the screws there. Maybe what I should actually do instead is just buy a little bit of stone, and then I can buy metal parts. Just buy a little bit at a time. I'm glad I caught that before that. I literally did that right when the trading wagon came around came in to sell stuff. I did that just in the right time. But if I can get them to use up the stone, I can then buy metal parts. There we go. So just have to buy like a little bit at a time. So let's get a stonemason set up. I don't know why I'm OCD so much about having all this stuff lined up. I shouldn't be. That's important, so let's get that done. Lumber and metal parts, which we've got metal parts coming, and we've got enough lumber. No, we don't. We will have enough lumber once the sawmill's done. So we just needed the builder to finish it. Okay, this is gonna... It's gonna be a slow start. Kind of like Yoitsu. It's gonna be a slow start, but we're gonna get it. Let's see. We're gonna need a warehouse for sure, and we're gonna need it very quickly. Why don't I put the warehouse next to the train station so it's not interrupting all the houses? Come on, fit in there. There we go. And then we're gonna need a trade route center. I'm gonna set that up down here next to... Actually, no. Why don't I put the trade route up here by the train station? Because that makes sense. Trading post. That'd make much more sense. Okay. Warehouse, we'll put priority 2. That way we build it over before these houses. At least we got enough houses that if people start dying off, we have houses for people to move back to the village. So that'll be fine. The stable we're gonna have to get set up as well, because if we don't, those horses are gonna start dying, and they're gonna start spreading disease with the corpses laying around everywhere. Came from the red boxes. Came from the red boxes? I'm not sure what that you mean by that. The red boxes I can think of would be the ones from Perfect World that I use for my stage. There we go. Alright. We're going to need a doctor. We'll get the doctor and all that stuff set up on this side of town. There we go. Doctor. We're going to need a cemetery. I don't want to build that yet. Actually, I'm going to have to build that soon because we already have dead bodies laying around. And they're going to start spreading disease, and we don't have a doctor's office to fix the disease that's going to come. So what's going to happen is you're going to have one villager walk by that dead body. He's going to get sick. OCD to line up. Yes, I'm OCD about stuff like that all the time. I'm so glad that Perfect World homesteads don't actually have, like, boxes for their items. Like, they don't have, like, a way to perfectly align stuff. If you ever notice, all the houses in my homestead are exactly divisible by 90 degrees. Everything. That's how bad it is. There's, I think, maybe 1 or 2 buildings that I've tweaked to make it a little bit off, but it took so much effort to do that. Even in this game, like if you notice up here, these houses are not set up perfectly straight. It took a lot of force for me to not make these like straight. But if I would have made these straight, I don't think the town would look, this little village, I don't think it would look right if I made them straight. Same with these ones down here. Even these ones, they're not straight, but they're exactly parallel to each other still. And these ones are parallel to each other still, right? And like, I have a problem. Oh, we need an outhouse down here. That's important. Let's get the outhouse as far away from town as we can. Well, actually, no, it's not that bad. We'll stick it right here. Oh, come on. The thing is, I don't want them to walk... See how they're walking down the track? I don't want them walking on the track. When the train comes through, they just go... The train just goes right through them. It's very unrealistic. In real life, they'd get run over by the train. So I kind of wish that they'd avoid using the track, but I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, good, the doctor's almost done. If I can get the doctor finished, then we won't have to build the cemetery so much. Because if they get sick from disease from this dead body, then they can just go to the doctor and get over it. Did I build a stable? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's get that priority 1. And then, let's see. We got a coal mine and a gold mine. Or copper and gold. Are you kidding me? It just barely won't fit because the border. Ah, I can't expand the village one more time, so I can fix that later. But I can't put the gold mine in right now because of that. At least I can get the copper, and that's what we came down here for, was copper. Can I put a mine over here for this? Yes. Is there any more? No, I don't think so. Was there a mine on the back of this one? Yeah, there is. There's a coal mine. I could add a little tiny village here just for that. Or no, I think when I expand this, that'll be within range, so I think I'll be fine. Coal mine there. We might have to have another smaller village over here for some of this stuff too. I just hate how every single... Make a fence or sidewalk near the train track so they can't walk by there. I wish you could. I wish you could. But there's nothing like that. What I do like though is, if you notice over here, like the dark spots in the land, as they walk over something, over the ground, it'll turn brown. The grass will die. I like that. It looks immersive. If you look over here, there's none of those brown pathways yet because they haven't walked over them enough. But if you notice, there's a little faint one right there. And there's a little faint one right there. And there's a really dark one right there in front of the town hall. But eventually this will get full of those walkways. Banished, you actually can make walkways and fences. The fences are with an add-on. It's a mod that you add to it. But the walkways are part of the game. So that's cool. But there's no trains in Banished. It's supposed to be like... It's like this era, kind of, but before trains. So, like, it's got, like, the stick-styled houses and stuff like that. It's not like Caveman or anything like that, but, like, it's older than this in its time frame. I'm not sure if the developers of this game is the same ones that developed Banished. I bet they're probably not. I don't know if they'd be happy about their game being related to Banished, but it's very similar. Banished, I think, had tiled systems for their houses. I can't remember. Their walkways were definitely tiled, so I think the houses and stuff were tiled too. Pretty sure it was. Production storage of a building is full. Okay, so... Well, they just emptied it. Alright, how's Lenos doing? Copper. We got some copper being smelted. Good. We got some gold being smelted. Good. We got some guns being made. Good. We got 6 out of 9 of them made. And, let's see. Goldsmith, we are getting some jewelry made. So in order to have merchants, you have to have jewelry and fish. On top of what you have for settlers. Settlers, right? Yeah. It'd be nice to get a merchant. The first merchant that I get, I'm going to name him Craft Lawrence. Just like the anime. Alright. Toolsmith, he's making metal parts, so that's good. In fact, they're both full of metal parts. Can I just make everybody unload this first, so in case I need to buy something I can? Lumberjack. Alright, its production area is empty. So let's have it chop down trees in this area. I could add a forester to grow back these trees after it chops them down, but I'm not really going to worry about it. I don't plan on having a forester here long term. Oh, how are these doing? That looks like their production area is empty, so let's move it there. This one, its production area still has animals in it, but I want to move it slightly over there. And how's this one? Still looking good. I'm going to move it down just a little bit. Alright, and then we have a new one that was built over this way. So let's put that one to work there. And then this hunter is the last one on this side. There. How much fur have we gotten so far? Is there any fur stored? We got 2 pistols. We got one piece of fur. I bet the carts already ran through and picked up the fur that we did get. And it's already delivered it to the next village. I love the trading systems in this. I like it a lot. I'm glad that it's an option in this. Banish does not have trading like this, where you can make multiple towns and trade with each other. I like having stuff that's specialized. So it makes it a challenge, and I like that. We got some trees planted up there, so I'm gonna move the forester a little bit. Let's move it down to there. Where's the other forester? It's over this way. Yep. Doesn't that look so much better with trees and not just barren desert and snow land? It looks so much better with trees. And these ones I'm not going to chop down. The only ones I'm going to chop down are the ones that are down here. This lumberjack's going after, which is that forester. Stonemason's getting those pieces of stone. They can go after those ones, I guess, afterwards. I might just delete the building after that pile's gone. How's this stonemason doing? It's got some stone to mine still. Okay. How about this one? This one's working up this way. It's got 21 and it's got 41. Okay. So we're good. We're good. How are we doing down here? Any progress? Stonemason's been finished. Get that set up so he starts mining the stone. Well, what are we lacking? Oh, the warehouse needs upgraded. So let's upgrade the warehouse. It needs 11 planks and 2 metal parts. So let's order metal parts. And planks. It does not need stone, right? Okay, good. So as soon as the warehouse is done, they'll start taking the stuff from the town hall, put it in the warehouse, and then I can order some more stuff. The stable's not done yet. We're missing metal parts. Okay, well I just ordered some. What about these houses? Metal parts as well. Well, those aren't missing anything. Yeah, those aren't missing anything. The builder just needs to get his behind working. Oh, great. This guy's sick with, what, diphtheria? Cholera. Oh, that's what it was they all started dying from. It's cholera. I remember the icon. I thought that was for diphtheria or something. Alright, let's go check on this guy again. Down here. How are you doing? Overflow of wheat and overflow of water. 3,000 water buckets. Okay, we need to start selling these buckets like crazy. They are eating up way too much storage. I'm gonna have to go remove wells. This town over here's got too many of them. At first, I didn't have enough water. All these farms required more water than I had. Or not these farms, but the hog farms, they required more water than I could produce. Now I'm making way more water than what's reasonable. And then above that. So, I'll just get rid of all of these. What is nice about the way that I have the trading system set up is since that village down there has all that water, if I destroy every well in this town, the water will actually flow backwards. The water goes from this town to the other town, but if this town runs low, it will actually start flowing backwards to here. So that way I don't have to worry about my towns dying off. Alright, I'm not going to delete these ones. You know, now I'm going to go ahead and delete them. 3,000 water. That's way too much. It's going to take me forever to sell all that. Because I can only sell them in stacks of 50 at a time. I can't even sell them for anything. They're only worth $1. So I can't even sell them for anything anymore, really. Now we're down to 2,000. Oh, did I want to add another bakery? Let's see. Yeah, we need another bakery because we got too many flour produced. Too much flour produced. Okay. I can't believe this town requires 3 bakeries. That is absurd. I'll slide in there. There we go. And it's getting to nighttime. Building at night on this is it's not bad, but I definitely don't like the dark. It makes it harder. There's a well up here too. Yeah. And there's a well there. Just when I thought I was done. Another well. I wasted so much stone and lumber building these things just to delete them. Is that finally done? Hey, the church is finally done. Are these all set up right? Yeah, okay. So how much fish production have we made so far? Where's the fish? We got 2 stacks of fish. So the only thing that we're missing right now is the jewelry. Oh my goodness, this town is full of horses everywhere. I might have to build another stable to hold all these horses. I'm trying to sell them when it gets full, but it gets full so quickly. I'll have to come back in a little bit and sell these off too. Sell the ones in this stable. Is that guy just standing there? It's a horse it's several horses that are just parked on the outside of the stable. Okay, well, how about I make you... Gosh dang it. There we go. Can you put these horses in the stable for me, please? Before they just die and then cause disease. There are just 2 of them? Good, there's only 2. Alright, let's go check out Yoit's. That's not full yet, so that's good. Not full of horses. What still needed to be built? Is everything done? I think they may have built everything. Oh, there's a hunter. I don't know why I built a hunter there, because I'm starting to realize that this area doesn't really have many animals in it. Okay, and the gold mine is finished. Good, good. How are we doing for jewelry? Have we gotten stacks of jewelry yet? No. Where's the jewelry? Goldsmith. We still have not gotten our first stack of jewelry yet. Well, I bought a bunch of copper to make guns. I'm going to go ahead and just buy a bunch of gold. I've got money to throw away. Why not? Because it's going to take a long time before we get a whole bunch of gold and copper and stuff like that stored up. This town needs lumber, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy some log. Actually, you know what? No, I don't need to buy logs because the lumber needs to arrive from the other village. It needs to come from Rubenheim because Rubenheim's got tons of logs down there. And if I make logs here, then Rubenheim's not gonna do their specialty work. Look at all these logs. That is ridiculous. I might even have to get rid of some of these lumberjacks. The thing is, either you produce too little of a resource or you produce too much of a resource. It's never like a good balance. I really need more sawmills, it looks like. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Well, the problem is just the labor. Actually, I guess. Because it's got all the resources it needs. It's just the labor needs to pick it up and do it. Are we still making more food than what we really need? Good. I'm glad to see the food's being distributed properly. Alright, so how's our new village doing? That is full of horses already. Apparently all the owners of these horses have died. Because what happens is if there's room in the stable, the owner of the horse will move it himself. Which is actually realistic, which makes sense. But if the owner of the horse dies, then the horse will just stay tied up or standing wherever it is until it dies. So, definitely need to get these taken care of. There we go. The last one. Goody. Alright. Sell some of those. Let's come back down here. 17 horses. And selling them again. Every time I sell them, I just make more money. Create a giant campfire or buildings. I can't make... There's no campfires, but I can make a whole bunch of buildings. Actually, how much is stones left? 26? I'm debating if I want to expand the houses in this town or not. I think I'm going to go ahead and expand. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm not sure if I make enough food to supply. If I were to make all these houses into the second upgrade to support settlers, I'm not sure if I make enough bread currently, or if I make enough wine currently to support all of those settlers. So I might have to, oops. I might have to build another distillery to increase my wine production. Bread I should be fine with, because we have so much flour stored up. So we seem to be doing fine with that. And by making another distillery to get more booze. Oh, I know what's going on. This is the advantage of playing ahead and just casually. Is I found out that there's I couldn't build a house there, and it took me a long time to figure it out. There are 2 guns laying on the ground that they never picked up. So I had to go get my villagers to pick it up so I could actually build my home there. Are you kidding? Oh, darn it. My screen like freaked out and then I built it in the wrong spot. Oh well. All you're losing is a little bit of money. I remember like maybe 3 or 4 episodes ago we were struggling for money. When they die of starvation instead, rip. Yes. Oh, more houses equals less murder of innocent citizens. Well, does it? Because more houses means more citizens, which means that I can then have more citizens do their mob mentality to go kill bandits. In numbers, they succeed. So there might be less casualties because of that. Well, that's probably more of a theory. There we go. But since I bought a whole bunch of copper to make guns with, we can start arming our citizens once we get the guns made. It'll take a while for the guns to be created and then distributed between the towns. But I have it set up so that it'll be at least 25 guns for every town. And then we can increase that as well as we make more. But if I want a citizen to arm himself, it's nice because all I have to do is click on him, and go here, and then tell him, "Hey, I want you to carry a Smith and Western, or what is it? A Winchester? Yeah." Speaking of which, there is a Colt here. Is there only one Colt? I don't like the Colts. I feel like when you give somebody a Colt rifle, they're more likely to die. Like it has really bad accuracy or something. So I'm probably going to just sell the Colts and only carry Winchesters. Besides, Winchesters are the famous gun of the West anyway. Or at least I think so. Like when you think of a stagecoach, you think of somebody with a shotgun. Right? Defending themselves with the stagecoach with the shotgun. I can't sell the 2 Colts that are there. So, empty that, please. Oh, these warehouses are full already. Which means I gotta make more. Let's get rid of the well. We don't need a well here. We got enough water. That mountain's got got a big collision box to it. I just realized I probably should have put these warehouses up here so that it'd actually be nearby to these buildings that might actually need it. Oh, I can't put a building there because there's people camping there. I'll put a warehouse there. This town is very claustrophobic. All the buildings are right up next to each other. Which in the next series that I play of city building game, I want to see if I can make it so that everything's not clustered together like that. Because even in SimCity, I do the same thing. I cluster everything together. I make everything nice and neat in squares. I'm gonna have to try to like make stuff more free-formed. I used to play when I was playing Minecraft. I'd do the same thing in Minecraft. Everything was squares in Minecraft. It was bad. Anyway, I finally got to the point that I adopted a building style in Minecraft where I didn't make everything completely squared. It still wasn't like random, and it would still look good, but it would have some minute stuff to it. It would add detail to it. Instead of making a wall that's all cobblestone or all, brick, I'd mix a little bit of cobblestone, a little bit of brick, a little bit of this and that, having different textures in there that are roughly the same colors, and it really makes the build pop a lot more doing that. But you're using all these different blocks for it. Have they unloaded that yet? Nope. Gunsmith, how are we doing? We need copper and iron. We got 2 iron smelters. They're working just fine. Copper smelter's working fine. Gold smelter's working fine. The goldsmith is not unloading its resources. It's at 9. Wait. 16 of 9 for the Winchester? Okay, so they're not unloading its resources either. This game was literally just released. Survival or creative for Minecraft? I'd say I did a little bit of both. I would play survival, and what I'd do is I'd play a survival map. I'd make a farm, so I'd use redstone a lot. So I'd make a farm. So say I made a farm that harvests wheat, right, to make bread. I'd get like 100 and some bread, or like some stupid amount of. I'll get a whole chest full of bread. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the point of actually, like, I got the ability to make the resources. So if later on, since I have the ability to make mass quantities of this, if I was working on a building or something, or I was doing something and I ran out of food, instead of running all the way to the farm, clear across the map, thousands of blocks away, or wherever it would be, I just give myself enough bread to last till I get back home. I just give me bread. I mean, At that point, you're playing in creative mode when you're making a farm that makes all this stuff. You're basically playing in creative mode. But my idea or my philosophy is to it: don't hack something in that you've not obtained yet. Obtain it legitimately first, and then go from there. This camera is like doing its autofocus, right? And it's like zooming in, like I'm talking about something very important, and then apparently now it's not important anymore because now I'm in the back. Now it's like zoomed out. So, what do you think? We might should learn how to play with the camera. I didn't know if that would actually make the camera zoom in or not, but apparently if you point at it, it'll zoom in because it covers your face. So it tries to zoom in to see your face better. Anyway, I've been recording for an hour. Dang, this has been a long episode, and I feel like I haven't really got a whole lot done. How is my village down here doing? Copper mines set up. Good, good. We're mining copper. So let's get this set up. So let's set up our trade route for this village. So you click on this town, you click on this, well, the crate is like the house. So, oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I need to create a new route. Create a new route. This, oh, I need to name the town too. Let's see, what am I going to name this town? Lamtra? Kumersoon and Lamtra. I'm trying to remember which one's which. Oh, the camera's been zooming in a lot. I don't know. I mean, I know why it does it, but I don't know why it does it so much. What it does is it follows my face. So if I go over this way, it will follow my face over here, or at least in theory it will. Because if I'm looking at this screen, my face is gonna be one side. If I'm looking at this screen, it's gonna be on the other side. So the idea is the camera is supposed to follow my face, so it keeps it centered. But there's a little bit of lag to it. Like it doesn't do it right away. It waits for a little bit before it does it. I don't know if I like it. I might end up setting up just to be a static camera, but then I'm gonna be always like this small on the camera, like super small always, and I'll be hanging off the side if I sit crooked. Okay, so Kumersoon, town in the series, not much really known about the town that hosts huge winter festival that is so popular that inns get booked in advance. The rise of the pyrite market. I'm going to consider pyrite the same as copper in this sense. Let me just see what. And Lamtra is the town where they smuggle gold from. Craft Lawrence purchased worthless stock and credit. He falls. The original place to make a wholesale purchase of gold, and it was a pagan village known as Lamtra. And the shortest dangerous pathway was through a forest. Okay, so this town produces copper, which I can consider pyrite in this game because there's no pyrite. And Lamtra produces gold. And this produces gold and copper. So the question is, which town does this match the best? If it passes through a forest, I'll call it Lamtra. If it doesn't, I'll call it Kumersoon, which it does not seem to pass through a forest. There's a little bit of trees here, but like there's no like actual forested land. So I'm gonna call this town Kumersoon. How do you spell it? Kumersoon. Kumersoon. How do you pronounce it? Okay. So now let's get the trader route going. Route 9 is going to be named. Every episode of Depraved has gotten longer and longer. And here I was trying to shoot for 45-minute videos. I guess it's just because I'm getting so immersed into it. And I've recorded so many episodes in the last couple days alone. Because ever since I named it Spice and Wolf Villages, like it's got me super excited. But also because we finally got to the point I can set up trade routes and I can finally do all the stuff that I had this grand vision for. I'm finally getting to the grand vision. So, makes me happy. Alright, copper is mined here. Gold is, wait, wrong side. Copper is mined here, and gold is mined here. Actually, what am I doing? There's a wagon that's literally made just for ore transport. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So Coomer soon, I want you to load copper, and I want you to load gold. And then unload it in Lenos. And then I think this mine, this is for iron. And I don't think we're going to be able to reach that coal mine. Okay. So we need to transport iron for sure. Iron. And that's coal. Well, I'm going to have to make a second route anyway. 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Since I have to make a second route anyway, for iron, I'm just going to have it load iron and coal. Just in case we start farming coal here somehow. If I make a small village that mines coal nearby, I'll probably ship it here and then have it shipped to their village. Alright. So now, this ore wagon will pick up stuff as we need. Oh, and I'm going to add this wagon, so we have 2 wagons running the route to transport ore. Okay, I'm out for the night. Need to get some sleep, but have fun. Thanks, and I want to be ending here soon anyway. Thanks for stopping by. It's been a pleasure. Hope you enjoyed. At least I hope you found it a little interesting at least. But anyway, sleep well, and I'll probably see you in game tomorrow. All right, so. What else do I want to finish up here before I hop off? So, Coomer soon, I'm going to have to set up this off camera because it's going to take a while. I have to set it up so it transports food and water and supplies and stuff like that. So that's going to take a little while to do off camera. I don't want to do that on camera. It's going to get boring. Is there anything else to add to this town while I'm thinking about it, though? Something interesting? Oh, we have watchtowers that we can build now. I'm not sure how they work. Well, there's an autosave going on. Come on, autosave. Can you stop? There we go. If it just lagged, it's because the autosave ran and it like lagged up for some reason. It's still lagging. I think the game's having a meltdown. My web camera seems to be responding properly, so maybe it's just the game. Clicking all these different buttons is probably not helping. Alright, I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. Hands off. Let it finish. Quit clicking. Every time you click, it just makes it worse. I almost clicked. It's like a force of habit. It's like when your computer freezes, it's like force of habit. Click, 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 click. It's not recovering yet. Yeah, it's not recovered yet. Well, this is a great place to end the episode because if I don't end the episode here, it's probably going to end it for me. So, thanks for watching, and hopefully we can get one more episode, maybe 2 more episodes out of this if we're lucky. I'm going to build a fishing village probably the next episode. And hopefully get this set up, and we'll get some guns made, and we can get our, if we can get our first merchants, that'd be great. I want to get 5 merchants before I end the series. That way I can say that I've gotten all the buildings in the game unlocked, because I think you only need 5 merchants to unlock the last 5, the last few buildings. So, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night, and hope to see you for the next video. Later.